It's time. Are you prepared?
All aspects of our plans are proceeding accordingly. Now all we can do is wait.
No, I meant are you prepared mentally?
Mentally? You were the last person I ever expected to hear that from.
True, I do not understand the human mind well. However, if you are having second thoughts, that would be a problem.
You needn't waste your time worrying. In fact, I would think you might be having issues with mental preparedness.
We Valentines have no emotion. We do not seek meaning in our actions, or even to understand them. We do what must be done, as anyone would desire of a cog in a larger machine.
The same cannot be said for your sister, though, I think. Why?
That was Mother's idea. It is not my business to ask why.
Indeed, and it would be a problem for us should there be a similarly weak link in this plan. We have invested a great deal. It must succeed.
She was faulty and could not fulfill her duty. She does not possess sufficient information to sabotage this operation, regardless of her failings.
I definitely hope that is the truth.
I confess, I still have doubts. The projected casualty count alone.
This again? We have all agreed, if we miss this opportunity, who knows when the next might be upon us? Assuming the world can last that long, I fear we do not have the time required to make humankind understand why this is necessary.
I understand. We exist because of what we intend to do today.
Precisely. And we must act before that man has an opportunity to undermine us.
Are you done?
Yes. As for you, Ramlethal, are you certain you can defeat Soul Bad Guy?
I am only a pawn in a much larger scheme. I don't need to defeat him. Activating the cradle is our common goal, and that's all I need to do.
Very well, then. Let's begin. The Last Dawn.
What's happening?
Still don't know the cause, sir, but we're getting readings from the center of Babylon showing strong vibration and shockwaves.
Is it Ramlethal?
Sonar results are in. We've located a very large object. It seems to be the source of the vibration and shockwaves, sir.
But can you tell me what the hell it is?
Matter analysis can't keep up, sir, and all our local contacts aren't responding.
Son of a bitch. Send in search and rescue, now!
Right away.
Get me that damn damage report! We need to get evac notices to all nearby cities. I want National Leader online now. We'll need to cooperate on this one.
Yes, sir. The press line won't stop ringing, sir.
Later, let the 3rd Division handle it.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission from His Majesty.
Put it through.
Yes, sir.
Liam! Kai, what the hell is going on in Babylon? Does it have anything to do with Japan?
Most likely, yes. We're still trying to determine how to deal with all of this, but the situation is bad. I'm going to need your approval.
What? What the hell do you need me to approve?
I'm going to release Elfland. Temporarily.
What? Have you lost your goddamn mind? You know I can't sign off on that, especially with what's just happened.
No, this is exactly why we must release her. We must subdue Ramlethal and take her into custody to control this situation. To do that, we need Elfeld.
Did she suggest that? No, I can't. What if this only makes it worse? She can't be trusted. What if she's just stringing you along?
I thought as much. Then I've no choice but to act on my own.
What? Hey! Damn it, Pambino!
Sir!
Now what?
Initiating biosecurity scan. Identity confirmed as Kai Kisk, King of Illyria. Executing contingency 8. Releasing level 2 restrictions.
Elfeld, can you hear me?
Yes.
Everything you predicted has taken place, just as you said it would. What I'm about to propose may seem too convenient, but...
You needn't worry. I knew this would happen as well.
Can you stop her?
My sister and I possess the same control restraints. I will stop her.
Final bomb reactivated. Elfeld status is not
I hope my dress doesn't get too dirty.
Our plan has proven successful, Soul Bad Guy. However, I've determined that you may eventually become an obstacle. You spell trouble for my mother. That's bad. Die!
Old man!
Shit.
Huh? Why?
Elle?
What? Thank goodness, we got her here in time.
I'm not saying it again. Whatever's going on at Babylon, stop it now!
Impossible. I couldn't even if I wanted to. No one can stop it. Not me, not you.
Huh. Well, don't see much point to you then.
Soul, wait! We're taking Ramlethal into custody. We have far too little information about the situation. This is the wisest course of action.
We're losing the target! It disappeared!
Disappeared?
Sir, we're not getting anything on sonar or on the residual magic scanner. I can't see anything.
What the hell could make something that huge disappear?
But what should we do?
We can't let people panic. Remind all divisions to maintain total media blackout. Activate the military and local law enforcement. We need patrols running 24/7.
Understood.
Damn it, we don't have time to wait. Send all of the intel we've got to the Department of Defense for analysis. The Royal University, too.
Sir!
What's the status on those hotlines?
They're all connected.
Good. Patch them through. I'm heading in for a meeting.
Wait, hold on. We're receiving a transmission from His Majesty. He's saying they've captured Ramlethal.
What? Are you sure?
I'll put him on.
Before you do that, make sure you tell him he's a son of a bitch.
Hey, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bird?
What? No.
Really? Not even once?
What's the point?
The human mind is so different from a bird's we couldn't even comprehend the reality anyway. Come on, you're an adult. Act like it.
Oh, what? You don't have dreams?
I guess it would be cool to be able to fly.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't have to be a bird to fly.
That's not what I meant.
All right then. Have you ever thought about becoming a cockroach?
Ugh, definitely not.
Why not?
Because they're creepy?
You sure? You never know. You might enjoy it.
You've got to be kidding me.
None of the socio-political bullshit. No real natural enemies. Plus, you're next to impossible to kill. Doesn't that sound like a pretty nice life?
But you'd be gross.
I doubt the roaches think they're gross.
Well, true. I guess they probably don't.
No guessing about it. Why would they? You and I see everything through the lens of being human. Transforming into something else entirely isn't that much different than death. This whole world could be one big lie.
That seems a little narrow-minded.
Right? No romance with him. Just nitpicking.
This is science, not romance. All I'm saying is that our values are informed by our experiences and the stimuli we have at our disposal. So the only logical thing to do is live our lives to the fullest, in the moment.
Philosophy.
Frederick, we may be scientists, but we're humans too. Don't you think your perspective is a little lonely?
What?
Let's take your past, for example. Is that a memory for you, or just a sequence of events?
Seriously? You're going to try and critique my philosophy with sentimentality?
Let me rephrase then. If the world was going to disappear tomorrow, what would you do today?
What kind of a question is that? Stop whatever's ending the world or die trying.
You mean spend it with someone you love? Alright, break's over. I'm going back and you two should too. Just because Vince gave the order doesn't mean you get to be late.
Well, you definitely made her feel lonely. You really do like to get lost in your own little world, don't you?
Yeah. I picked the wrong answer. Rub it in.
That's not what I meant, Frederick. She's worried about you.
What? Why would she do that?
Well,
what?
Your world is very small, and whatever you do it alone. Even in the laboratory, all you have are enemies.
What? So I should be kissing ass so I can play with the cool kids? I've got you and Arya. That isn't enough?
Soul Bad Guy, the Flame of Corruption. A hybrid of gear and human cells built by that man. But even with all that power, you can't escape your humanity. Still, you're one hell of a scientist. You figure out a way to keep your real power under wraps so people still think you're human. But the truth is something else.
What is it? You seem much more cheerful than usual.
Yes, this is wonderful. He's the perfect protagonist for our story. If he were art, even a third-rate curator would be able to see that there was something special about him. And your life's work, destruction of the gears and revenge on that man. A fascinating contradiction, and such passion. This has to be fate. Eventually it will become part of the mythology of the world we'll create. A world of absolutes!
Before we do, however, the Conclave must act.
Yes, of course. Ramlethal, unstable though she is, turned out better than expected.
Then you shall continue to direct our little farce on the silver screen.
This is Kate Walther. Local time is 3:15 p.m. We're interrupting our regularly scheduled programming for breaking news. We have just received word that Ramlethal Valentine has been captured by the Knights of Illyria, only a week after her declaration of war. Details on her capture are scarce, but it appears to be related to the massive earthquake in Babylon yesterday. Now for an update from Babylon, we go to our man on the scene, Mr. Kadaoki.
Thanks, Kate. This is Kadaoki reporting live. The scene here is unbelievable. Strange gray ash is raining from the sky, and this once bustling city is a deserted wasteland. According to investigators, no survivors have been found. Somehow, yesterday's earthquake resulted in the disappearance of all Babylon's citizens. Unfortunately, at this point, all we're left with are more questions.
Can you elaborate?
Well, according to the official statement, all life in the area has disappeared, but structures seem unharmed, ruling out an explosion.
So whatever this was, it only affected animals and people.
That appears to be correct. Investigators are attempting to determine the composition of the ash as we speak, in hopes that it may shed some light.
Does it appear that this phenomenon is in some way connected to Ramlethal?
The government is proceeding on that assumption, yes, although some believe that it has something to do with the change in St. Elmo's fire.
St. Elmo's fire? The Thanksgiving festival is still some time off, but the timing seems a little close to be a coincidence.
Our sources also tell us the UN is holding emergency meetings to discuss deploying Opus units into actual combat.
Could you explain to the viewers at home what exactly an Opus is?
Of course, the Opuses are man-made super soldiers built under the instruction of the Sanctus Populi, with Illyria leading development. During Baptisma 13, the Illyrian army, even armed with magic, was easily overwhelmed by the attacking forces and suffered heavy casualties. The Opuses were developed to give mankind the ability to contend with future possible Valentine attacks. Maximus Aerials has been praised for championing rapid development of anti-Valentine defense systems.
Thank you. That was Mr. Kadaoki reporting live from Babylon.
What could have possibly caused thousands of humans and animals to disappear? We'll continue reporting as the situation develops, but our hearts go out to the victims of this tragedy and their families.
Looks like the media finally got a hold of the story.
Hey, they don't even mention us!
Obviously.
Why not?
How are we supposed to explain we used another Valentine to get Ramlethal?
If the media were to get wind of that, it would be unfortunate. It's more convenient to allow the Illyrian army to take the credit.
Besides, not everybody loves your dear old dad. All that crusading for justice means he's pissed at more than his share of cornflakes.
That's not the point.
Oh, politics is bullshit.
Huh. Well, as long as I get paid, I don't really give a damn.
A cool meal, right? Oh man, I wonder how much filet mignon that would get us.
Do the math. Wait, shit. I haven't taught you to divide yet, have I?
In any event, both Valentines are the key to solving this mystery. Once they've woken up, we'll need to ask some questions.
We don't really have time to wait around. If they aren't awake yet, I got some ideas about how to get them up.
But wait! Yes, they may be Valentines, but they still need to recover.
Fine, whatever.
So, what were they talking about? That St. Elmo thing or whatever it was?
It's a big-ass lightning bolt.
What? Why are we supposed to care about that?
Can't you ever actually explain anything?
I thought we agreed you didn't get to tell me how to raise this kid.
St. Elmo's fire is a bolt of lightning that strikes every 13 years. There is no meteorological explanation, but it always comes in the autumn.
Oh.
During the Crusades, it saved several members of the Holy Order when it struck a group of gears. The fire gave the Crusaders the advantage, and ultimately allowed mankind to triumph. Since then, humanity has taken to celebrating its arrival.
So, you're saying Babylon got toasted by this lightning?
No, Ramlethal clearly knew about it before it happened, so I think we can rule out natural disaster on this one.
Correct. In the unlikely event that St. Elmo's fire were to fall on populated areas, the casualties would be tremendous. In truth, it could easily destroy an entire city. That is why mankind has built a lightning rod to attract it.
What?
Illyria Castle is that lightning rod.
Oh.
Makes sense?
Yeah, I guess so. So basically, it's a big-ass lightning bolt.
Exactly.
I fear for his future.
I apologize for the sudden call, Mr. President.
Don't worry about it. We're both short on time, though. Why don't you get down to business?
Thanks for understanding.
So, what's happening in your neck of the woods?
At the moment, we've managed to maintain order. People seem relatively calm. I admit I'm a little surprised.
Illyria's a big place. People on one side probably don't think something on the other side is going to be a danger to them.
Perhaps, but the media has shown no restraint. Could be a blessing, but I'm still concerned. No one seems to understand the gravity of the situation.
People rarely show much concern for anything that doesn't affect their day-to-day lives.
Is that really what you think?
Yes. A long time ago, human civilization used science to propel itself to dizzying heights, but sacrificed the most basic connections between people. Perhaps now we're headed down that same path, but with sorcery in place of technology.
I hope you're joking. Anyway, how are things on your end?
We're regaining some stability as well. Ramlethal's declaration caused some unrest at first, but that's died down. The press team got out ahead of it, which helped a good deal.
No doubt those speeches from the former president helped as well.
I certainly hope so. However, that leaves us with our most pressing problem. The massive creature that attacked Babylon. We're still not sure what it is.
According to the High King's report, Ramlethal called it the Cradle.
Then we can be certain it's connected to her somehow. Can we assume it won't reappear now that she's been captured?
I wish I could tell you yes, but the truth is, that may not be the case.
Oh?
Evidently, Ramlethal's worldwide declaration was just to distract us from what was really happening at Babylon. A diversion.
And we fell right into her trap. So we have a bigger problem than we thought, and someone else is pulling the strings?
Yes, unfortunately.
Developing a countermeasure for this cradle and figuring out who's actually behind all this isn't going to be easy. If there's anything we can do to help, please, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks.
Which reminds me, what's the story with the other Valentine?
Her name is Elphelt Valentine.
We can't learn anything from her?
Unfortunately not. We don't know why, but she'll only talk to the High King. We'd like to bring her to the capital for questioning, but it's too dangerous to have her near such a densely populated area. So we're just going to have to hope His Majesty can handle it.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I was a little concerned when I heard he'd released, Elphelt. We were lucky this time, that it worked out in our favor, but I shudder to think what might have happened if it had turned out to be the wrong call.
Believe me, I share your sentiment, Mr. President.
I first noticed it during the International Press Conference, but lately, the High King's actions have gotten more and more unpredictable.
Sir, if you looked up problem child in my dictionary, you'd see a picture of Kai Kisk.
Shall we recap? We have discovered vital and disturbing information regarding the Cradle, which could alter the course of mankind in the right hands. I understand time is short, so what do you believe we should do in this time of crisis?
Why are you doing this?
Is something the matter?
You already know exactly what you want to do, right? So you're just testing us to see if we agree with you. I don't like it.
Always so difficult to please.
Be that as it may, we have an obligation to deliver this information to the appropriate party. Even an assassin does not want the world to end. And above all else, I know that is what Lord Zato would do.
But we are a guild of assassins. The ending of life is our profession. As such, though we have powerful allies, we have powerful foes, making it difficult to simply knock upon Illyria's door.
What of Lord Mining, in the Post-War Administration Bureau? He still wields a good deal of power in Illyria.
You forget so soon? The Bureau reports directly to the Conclave. Lord Mining may be a friend, but that is a very risky play.
The Conclave does have eyes and ears in councils and boardrooms across the world. Even those we trust could be compromised. Which leaves America or the Federation of China?
Okay, that is out of the question. The moment we leave Illyria, we're going to be wanted criminals.
We don't have a choice. I wish it could be avoided, but... Then again, the High King, Kai Kisk, his views are often at odds with the Conclave's.
Not a bad suggestion at all. We must contact him at once.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
The Conclave hired us so they wouldn't get their hands dirty, but that got us close to them, or at least closer than anyone else. So, why bother telling the king at all? Why not just deal with this ourselves?
A clever deduction, but there's a great deal we still don't know. I don't wish to act in haste.
You're not going to make us go straight over this, are you?
Am I?
The Illyrians aren't the kind of people to gloss over the things we've done for one juicy piece of information.
We? I don't believe you're in the guild.
You really like to poke us to see how we squirm, don't you? Is this some part of your dandyism?
I have no comment on that inquiry, which you may interpret as you will. However, on the subject of dandyism...
Forget it! And if I hear you even start to say milady, I just might have to stab you.
A terrifying thought indeed. My lips are sealed.
It is a mystery, though. What does the Conclave plan to do with all that power? Hopefully not start a war just because they're old and bored.
Who goes there? If you have no business with us, I must ask that you remove yourself.
Too slow!
This is bad.